Welcome to Black Bull Markets. In this tutorial session, we will be discussing oscillating indicators. The first one we're going to talk about is the Stochastic Oscillator. Now, as we saw in the last video done by my colleague Philip, speaking about Bollinger Bands, combining an indicator with an oscillator can help to form a really decisive trading decision. And it's a really popular tool amongst technical analysts, probably something which is worthwhile including to improve or enhance your trading experience as well. An oscillator is really a type of indicator that moves between two significant levels on a graph, so therefore the definition becoming an oscillator, and it's used mainly to confirm or reject a direction or reversals in the market. So let's bring up one right now so I can show you guys an example. The first one we're going to look at is the Stochastic Oscillator. So we'll go to Insert, Indicators, we'll hit Custom, and there we are. So Stochastic, we'll just go with the standard inputs, click OK, and here in a new window you get your stochastic indicator, which is independent of the price. It has its own scale, and it's just the basic settings what you'll find in MT4. So once you click OK, you'll get this window appear. It consists of two moving averages which compare the closing price of each candle across a period of time and plots the results between 0 and 100. So generally the crossover between the two moving averages does signal a trend change or a reversal in the market, and a figure above 80 generally signals an overbought market, and on the other side a figure below 20 generally signals an oversold market. So it's a good supply-demand equilibrium for those of you seeking that sort of analysis on your chart. You can also line up the price and the time with it as well, which is a very good tool in MT4 to have. So let's go through some examples. So you can see that if I point out the crossover here, you did get a fall in the price. This is euro dollar going back to June of this year, a fall of about, say, 316 points until the next crossover to the downside. We're at a close to an inflection point at the moment where you have a very low reading on the stochastics. You're going down to 1 here, 7 here, so potentially entering a very oversold market here on the euro dollar at the moment. It could be a good play for your stochastics to work as well. So that, in line with the Bollinger Bands, pretty good indicators to start with. Now let's go on to the second one, MACD. And similarly to the stochastic indicator input, so what we do is we'll right click, delete this indicator window here, and let's add the MACD. So in indicators, we'll go to custom, and we should find MACD there. Again, with the settings, keep it simple. Click OK, and you're presented with a histogram as well as a line plot. Now, MACD stands for Moving Average Convergence Divergence. It uses essentially two moving averages, and it compares short-term momentum with long-term momentum, consisting again of this histogram and a signal line, as it were. So the general premise of this indicator is that when you have a crossover above or below the zero line, which is your equilibrium line, your balance line, it could signal a buy or a sell again. So looking at this same euro dollar chart, we are currently below the zero line, so again potentially signaling a move to the upside. And when you get that crossover just here going down the zero line, again you could get a sell signal. Similarly there you get a long signal. Over the last few months or so, or ever since April, you've been operating below the MACD. There was a short period of time here where you were above. So again, it's a good idea about overall trends in the market. Let's have a look at this on a wider time frame, see if we can get some upward momentum. Well, here you've got the MACD above your zero line again. So, but however, overall this year it's been pretty bearish. Let's see if we get a bigger you can see this big swing to the upside, and your MACD was operating above the 0 level. So this indicator can be used pretty interestingly to analyze previous price action, as well as where you are sitting currently in a market. And remember, all of this is on a daily chart. It's just really for a benchmark to look at overall trends on. The FX market, this is euro dollar. It can be applied to different markets as well. Now, let's look at a third one. We're going to cover 4 in this video. Third one is the RSI. So again, I'm going to right-click, delete indicator window, insert again, go on to trend. Apologies, custom again, and we've got an RSI just here. With the settings, we're going to have a look at this. It's a 14-day period RSI. RSI standing for Relative Strength Indicator, and you can see again it's populated here. Now, if you wanted to make the color rather, or the line a bit thicker, you should be able to do that by hitting the color button. The width, and you can slowly increase it there, and you get a bit of a bolder line just to give you a bit more aesthetic appeal, as it were. So the RSI, probably one of the most commonly used oscillating indicators out there. A lot of people do use them, and it's really essentially a momentum indicator, and it's looking at the speed and price action over a set period of time. So this combines the last 14 days, 14-day period RSI. Consider again levels that point to an up direction or a down direction, and whether your market is overbought and oversold, generally either by the 70-30 level or the 80-20 level. Let's look at a few examples here. So again, on the euro dollar, we did have a situation of an overbought level earlier this year, and way and behold, the market did eventually fall down. Again, you had an oversold level. It was a brief test, and then oversold again, came back up, and it's continuously kind of lumbered around this level in a bit of a range. So it could be used coupled with the other oscillating indicators to really get a feel of what the market is looking at, and have a look at different assets to see what you see. Now, finally, we'll look at the Parabolic SAR. So we'll go to insert indicators again. That should be under trend this time. So Parabolic SAR. Ooh, can't really see that. Apologies. Let's just change the color here, make it a bit thicker. Let's go red. There you go. So basically, it's a series of dots, convey either a bullish or a bearish trend, depending on where the dots are. SAR standing for stop and reversal. So if you're essentially, if your dots are below the market price, which it is here at the moment, signalize a potential bearish trend. Bullish trend operating. Above, bearish. Below, bullish. Above, bearish. So let's look at it on perhaps a larger time scale to get a bit of a feel. So we can see the dots below there and the dots above here. So another interesting one to have a look at. In this video, we've covered 4 key oscillators. We've got the Stochastic Oscillating Indicator, the MACD, the RSI, and the Parabolic SAR. Hope you've enjoyed this video, found it useful. For any questions, let us know. Subscribe to this channel for more videos like these, instructional ones or technical analysis videos, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. All the best with your trading.